Byzantine fault tolerance explained. Why does blockchain must have Byzantine fault tolerance? Various new cryptocurrencies have been developed over 10 years since the creation of Bitcoin, each using a distinct approach. Although each cryptocurrency has its unique qualities, the blockchain is a crucial component of almost all of them. With a few significant exceptions, a decentralized computer network updates unmanaged digital ledgers, called blockchains. In a nutshell, the creation of economic systems based on blockchain technology enables the performance of open and trustworthy transactions without the need for middlemen. Cryptocurrency is becoming more and more recognized as a viable alternative to current financial institutions, which are heavily reliant on trust. The process by which network participants find agreement on a given blockchain's current state regularly is known as consensus attainment. While reaching an agreement across distributed networks is feasible, it is not an easy task. This issue gave rise to the concept of Byzantine fault tolerance. The primary challenge with the Byzantine generals problem. The Byzantine generals problem is a conceptual model that shows how several Byzantine generals may find it challenging to interact in agreeing on their next action to take. The problem suggests that each general has his troops and that they are dispersed around the region. Either the generals charge or they flee. For each general, there is just one preference: attack or flee. Once a general has made a decision, it cannot be changed. The generals must agree unanimously on the best course of action and work together to carry it out. There are several difficulties since the only way for one general to interact with the other is through a courier. The primary challenge with the Byzantine generals problem is that the links might get blocked, degraded, or lost altogether. Additionally, even when a signal is delivered successfully, a general may send a bogus message to deceive others, leading to a total collapse. In blockchains, each general represents a network node, and the nodes must agree on the system state. In a decentralized system, the majority of participants must agree and act in unison to avoid losses. In these distributed systems, consensus may be reached by at least 66% of trustworthy and honorable network nodes. Byzantine fault tolerance. Crucial in today's technology, the ability of a computer network to continue operating even when some of its nodes break down or act maliciously is known as Byzantine fault tolerance. Because it enables a system to continue even if some of its elements misfire, Byzantine fault tolerance is crucial in today's technology. A computer system, like the one in an airplane, must be able to run even when some of its nodes are not. Byzantine fault tolerance is necessary for blockchains to handle cryptocurrency transactions. Using the blockchain, cryptocurrency transactions are verified, handled, and recorded. Before a transaction can be finished, there has to be agreement among the nodes. For all nodes in a blockchain network to concur on transactions, they should conform to an agreed procedure. Using node votes to solve with a high percentage is a second way to address the issue. The absence of compute-intensive approaches has the feature of being helpful. This method's downside is that it won't provide tolerance against Byzantine faults unless a significant number of the blockchain's nodes abide by the rules. The Byzantine fault-tolerant (BFT) system makes sure that nodes concur on the timing and acceptance of distributed systems. Whether a third or more of the nodes are actively delaying transactions or otherwise interfering with the system to prevent the agreement from being achieved is irrelevant. The Byzantine fault-tolerant (BFT) strategy, it mostly refers to how quickly and easily transactions may be done. The Byzantine fault-tolerant (BFT) strategy guarantees the reliability and punctuality of transactions. Therefore, it makes no difference how many nodes purposefully stop transactions or misuse the system to prevent agreement. No extensive verifications are required for operations. The block is quickly confirmed whenever all of the network's nodes accept a group of transactions. Because doing complicated tasks for each block of transactions only requires a small number of miners, a lot of computer power or energy usage isn't really necessary. As a result, it is considered beneficial for the environment's well-being. The POW consensus process uses more energy than this Byzantine fault tolerance technique. For each new block, the proof-of-work process necessitates a fresh POW cycle. The Bitcoin network's crypto miners increasingly need more electricity. When compared to other blockchains, BFT requires no pricey processing, which significantly reduces the amount of electricity used. The adoption of BFT. The adoption of BFT is not without its problems, though. For example, the BFT system can only be applied in its classic form when it is used in real-world situations. As a result, you are only able to take part in small consensus groups to avoid the need for large quantities of interaction among nodes. Furthermore, the use of digital signatures for information verification may voice issues about their possible unreliability. Also, the procedure's security is enhanced in proportion to the number of nodes using it. And this has a serious effect on both the network's adaptability and capacity. If most of the network decides to act maliciously, the system is likewise prone to hacking attacks and failures. When one person or group gains control over more than 50% of a blockchain's computing power, it is referred to as a majority assault, also known as a 51% attack. Renting mining computer power from other third parties is the way used to achieve this most frequently. Along with the apparent risk of the hacker misusing assets or using them, there is also the less clear but still more significant risk of the public losing trust in the blockchain system. The Byzantine fault solution. The BFT's technicalities may appear to the untrained to be the domain of computer scientists and crypto geeks. They are, in part. Also, once a secure blockchain is constructed, users shouldn't be concerned about Byzantine defects any longer. BFT, which is still in the early phases of development in many countries, is a useful site for individuals interested in learning more about using blockchains for things other than financial transactions in the interim. The Byzantine fault solution provided by Bitcoin might not be suitable for all blockchain applications. An effective blockchain must have BFT, which may be used in a variety of ways. The type of blockchain ecosystem that a company wants to create as well as the community's objectives must be taken into account while selecting a technique. Conclusion. Last but not least, it deserves to be highlighted that Byzantine fault tolerance is essential to the development of consensus-based systems. A variety of industries are quickly adopting blockchain-based technologies. But it's becoming clear that there is a range of problems with existing blockchain networks. Given this, it is crucial to consider BFT as a vital technique for verifying that the system keeps functioning properly despite the existence of unwanted agents. Blockchain can lure unethical parties due to its openness and transparency. Hence, it is important to have a firm grasp of consensus procedures, especially BFT,